Hey, what's going on everyone? Alex with the World of Whasian channel, and behind us is our shrimp cube that used to be on my desk back in the old apartment. And as you can see, we're now in the new house, obviously. And there's something that I want to talk about, and that's this little pillar thing that you're looking at behind me. This is an entryway, an archway that goes into the kitchen. And when me and Katie were first looking at houses, our expectations were relatively low, but we knew that we wanted an older house that had character. One of our favorite things is this archway here behind us, and it just so happens that it's the perfect spot for a nano tank. So we're going to be taking a closer look at that. I think it looks awesome. And yeah, this cube is now about 10 months old. So let's go ahead and dive into this, and let me show you this cool pillar thing, because it's the perfect spot for an aquarium, and I think it's pretty cool. Since I was really little, I've always loved crafting style houses with just pillars and, columns and stuff. Um, and I'm really super happy to have something like this. It adds a lot of character, and I knew the moment that I saw this entryway that I was going to be putting an aquarium right here. So right now we have the shrimp desktop cube, or what used to be the desktop cube, and now it is a column side cube that everyone that comes into my house sees first thing, and I love it. Perhaps we'll move the shrimp cube somewhere else and we'll put a shallow tank here, maybe something that takes up the entire width of this space. I think that'd be super cool. But yeah, that's what's up. And not only can you see it from this side when you're in the living room, but when you're over here in the kitchen, you can see the other side. And that is what I love. And I really love just having both sides of the scape be a feature in the house. I think it's super cool, and people that come in here really love seeing the back end of it. You have the front end that's like maintained and trimmed, and then the back end is just wild and just overgrown. You can see all the roots. So if you have been following this scape for a while, you will know that this asparagus fern has pretty much struggled for the entire duration of this tank's life cycle. But however, as of lately, we have actually managed to grow a new piece. So I'm fairly certain that the growth on the asparagus fern towards the bottom is actually stunted. I'm actually just going to cut this off, all the old stuff that hasn't been growing. And yeah, we'll just see what happens. And I'm not too worried about it, because asparagus fern is relatively easy to grow. That said, in this specific aquarium, I've been having a hard time. But I think that should help it. So I get a lot of questions regarding no filter tanks, and people ask me how you pulling things off without surface agitation. And well, the answer to that is simple. There's enough plants in here generating oxygen. But that being said, plants actually do not generate oxygen at nighttime, and they actually generate CO2, I believe, at night. And this is even more prominent when it gets really warm, and especially as we're approaching spring and summer. There is less dissolved oxygen in the water column when you are not running any sort of surface agitation. So Currently, I'm using this wireless air pump with a air stone on the front or on the end of the tube, and this is kind of like a band-aid solution. And these are great for moving as well. You can, have your fish in buckets, and these are just a handy item. Just have around the house. Power outages, moving, all that good stuff. The micro sword and Taiwan moss carpet has definitely come a long way since we have started this tank. So as you can see, we have a tiny layer of sand, and we are starting to get a pile up of detritus here, and the Liliopsis brasiliensis is growing in wonderfully. A pretty common method, actually. A lot of people do cap off detritus layers with more sand to further create a more nutrient-rich substrate layer. So let me know in the comments down below if you think I should go ahead and cap this off ever so slightly, and get this substrate supercharged again, if you will. I know there's going to be varying opinions on that, but yeah, let me know what you think I should do here. So at the moment, we are just doing our routine trimming. I get this question a lot: how do I get a really dense patch of Taiwan moss? And it's really simple. You don't even plant this into the substrate. You just keep trimming it, and it kind of just sets in. It kind of just settles in and situates itself. So yeah, every time you cut it, you're just kind of stimulating the growth, and that's how we've been able to accomplish this. And the coolest part is all this mixed in with the micro sword. I think it just looks super awesome. It's just a nice varying texture, and it just looks absolutely wild, and I love it. The Brazilian pennywort is also making a comeback, so that should be a welcome surprise for all of you people who were upset when I had originally trimmed it. As always, let me know in the comments down below what kind of things you might want to see me try, whether it be some plants that you want me to add, or maybe just a subtle rescape or retouch. Let me know. Hey, what's going on, everyone? We are back in the fish room. There's been a lot going on in here, and I just want to share some updates. As I do all the tank stuff and all the tank update videos and all the build videos. I want to share what's going on in here, because I've been putting a lot of work into this room, and it's been a huge time suck, so I figured why not just share what's going on. So let's have a look. So I know it doesn't look any better than it did before, but this is like one of those situations where it gets messier before it gets better. Like, it gets worse before it gets better. But yeah, we're starting to get more organized. As you can see, I've been kind of going through bins, and these are all things that I just really haphazardly all threw together before we moved. But yeah, it's going. In addition to all this moving stuff that we've been doing and trying to prep the fish room and all that, we've also been trying, and by we I mean me and Katie, we've been trying to cook more because it's healthier. We're trying to have a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah.
But anytime a recipe says it'll take
like 30 minutes.
Anytime it says it'll take 15 minutes, it takes us like 3 hours to chop vegetables. We also don't have a dining room table, so right now we are using a Flex 15 box. Priorities, obviously, but
works pretty nicely.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, we got a Flex 15. We will be putting the green neon tetras in here. Some more on that later. I also just want to give a quick shout out to Katie for really helping me prioritize all of this. It really does mean a lot to me. Aww. Yeah. So a lot of you all were actually asking me about these posters. In the last video, you were commenting about where I got these from. These are some posters that were sent to me by Yasha over at the Indoor Ecosystems YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, he has an awesome channel where he does mainly mud crab builds. Well, he did. He's been branching out a lot lately. Awesome videos. Cinematography is on point. He's a huge inspiration for me, for sure. And yeah, he knew that I was moving, and he sent me these posters for the new fish room, and I think they look great with the green wall. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and hang them up for real. I'm gonna put the nails in the wall. I don't know where my hammer is, so we're gonna be using a river rock. I don't know about you, but I think this looks awesome. Yeah, this looks really cool. It's like the green wall and the wooden frames. And thank you, Yasha, so much for sending these over. So be sure to check out the Indoor Ecosystems YouTube channel. It's awesome. And also, huge shout out to Millennium Snakes. That is the artist that designed all these illustrations here. So be sure to follow them on Instagram as well. So he actually did send me 2 more posters. These ones are smaller in size, and I did frame these ones as well. And this one is a bunch of little isopods. It's super cute. I love this so much. I'm gonna find a different spot for this one, so I'm not entirely sure where I want to put it. But the other small one we have, as you can see, is Neocaridina shrimp as well. And I already have the bigger version of this, so I'm gonna be doing a giveaway to one of you. So in order to win the giveaway, or in order to enter, I want you to caption this photo of my cat Major. I don't care what it is. The most creative caption will win the giveaway, and I will announce it in the next video, and then I will reach out to you regarding shipping information, and I'll get this out to you. So get creative with those captions, and you could potentially win this nice little framed poster with these cute little Neocaridina shrimp on it. I'm just giving this glass a quick scrape down. A lot of algae going on here, and I think that's because the light in here is really bright actually, and we actually don't really have any floaters in here. I am in the process of trying to get this water lettuce to grow. It is growing actually pretty quick. We did start with 1 water lettuce that I found in a bucket, and now it's like 3 plants up top. But yeah, there's a lot of light coming into this tank, especially for a lightly planted botanical method aquarium. There really shouldn't be a whole lot of light coming in here, so I'm gonna switch out this light with something that grants us a little bit more control. So right now we have this directional spotlight type of deal on here. I actually really like this light. I do think it's a bit strong for this current configuration. We don't have a whole lot of floating plants in here, and I want to use something that has more adjustability. So we're gonna go ahead and put on this Twin Star 450E. This is a panel light. This is an LED light, so it will be softer on the eyes, and I think it'll look really nice in here. Be able to dim the light a little bit, cut back on the algae, and maybe also go a little easier on the fish in here, because I think this light might be too bright for them, because there's not a whole lot of floating plants up here. Oh wow, that looks way different. That looks really good though. Honestly, this is an entirely different style. The way that this light pulls the red out of the sand color, I think it's really cool. Let me know in the comments down below which one you'd like more, this one or the directional spotlight. I personally like both. Yeah, honestly, I don't know which one I like more. Despite your opinions on the way this looks, you can't deny the clarity that Twin Star lights bring to the table. It's honestly absurd. You can actually see a lot more of the color now in the exclamation point Rasboras with this light. It pulls out a lot of the red and orangish hues that these fish have. With the directional spotlight, it kind of just looked like they were kind of gray, but you can actually see how red they can be. Well everyone, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna wrap things up here. So with all that being said, be sure to submit your entries in the comment section below in order to win this, and I will ship it to you. And that's it for me. I gotta get to work. I need to open up this Fluval Flex and start getting after it. We will be building a Amazon style inspired biotope build in here. So it might not be a one-to-one biotope, but it will be Amazon River inspired. So that'll be pretty cool. I'm really excited. So I gotta get after it, and there's a million other things I gotta do here. So that's it for me. Until next time.